Hey, welcome back. This is Rick Garza here once again, and excited to talk to you about the character and the habits and the life of a professional sales athlete. What we're going to be talking about today are laws. You see, laws are there for a reason. Some people say laws are there to be laws are made to be broken. But the fact is, the kind of laws that I'm talking about, either you first understand what those laws are, you understand the consequences of obeying the laws and of breaking the laws. But then the third thing is you try to find other laws that help you overcome the negativity that might be associated with some of these laws that I'm about to talk about. For example, let's talk about science and the law of gravity. The law of gravity exists whether you believe it or not, and if you step out of a 10-story building, the law of gravity is going to kick in and you won't like the end result. But then there's the law of aerodynamics. Now, the law of aerodynamics actually works against the law of gravity, but what it does, it doesn't destroy the law of gravity. When a plane takes off, it uses multiple laws in order to get itself in motion, the law of energy. But it does it in such a way that the aerodynamics, again, doesn't destroy the law of gravity, but it overcomes the law of gravity. And you go, Rick, well, what does that have to do with sales? Actually, it has a lot to do with sales and being a professional sales athlete. Because, see, our law of gravity in many ways can be our own mindset, our own attitude, our own beliefs. And say, I don't want to work that hard. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like what they're asking me to do. And what you are telling yourself and what you are allowing to have happen is the law of gravity is going to hold you down. Now, the law of aerodynamics in the world of a professional sales athlete says, you know what? I know I need to achieve these objectives. I have the ability to do that and exceed it. And you know what? I'm excited about being able to get out there and talk to clients. I look with anticipation of being able to make presentations. I can hardly wait until someone brings me an objection because I know their business so well that I can overcome that objection. Again, overcome the law of negativity or that law of gravity. And by overcoming that objection, I begin to build the momentum, the motion. And again, you don't destroy the law of gravity, but you overcome it. And you begin to be that professional sales athlete that you and I long to be. But there's a secret here in that the law of aerodynamics will cease to exist once motion quits working. So you can overcome that law of gravity and take off and start knocking on those doors or start making those phone calls or start making those presentations. But when the law of gravity continues to pull at you and you allow it to affect you, then all of a sudden you start to lose your altitude because your attitude starts to drop. And when that happens, the next thing you know, you're back on the ground and you tell yourself, see, I knew it couldn't happen. Well, the fact is there are people that you and I sit next to. There are people that we read about who have leveraged the law of motion, the law of aerodynamics in this world of sales. And they didn't allow a lot of turbulence. They didn't allow a storm cloud. They didn't allow negativity to cause them just to quit moving forward. No, they dealt with the turbulence. They strapped on their seatbelts and they realized that they were in for a bumpy ride. But you know what? Once they broke through the clouds, once they passed that storm, the law of aerodynamics and the law of motion kept moving them forward to their destination. And see, that's the thing is, you just don't use the law of aerodynamics and the law of motion just to keep moving, but you do that because you have a destination. You know where you want to get to, and it causes you and it motivates you and it inspires you to keep pushing forward. So I want to challenge you is to remember you cannot break a law, but you can overcome it. But you need to know exactly how to do it. And it all starts right here with the attitude of gratitude, an attitude of can do, and then also in the heart of believing that nothing is impossible, because if God is for me, who can be against me? Go out there and be a great professional sales athlete today, because today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.